morning, everyone. I am barely awake because it is like 6:30 in the morning, but we are on our way to get dyno-tuned. We've been working towards this moment for quite some time now. Just, you know, dreaming about the day when we can finally have a bit more power for my car. We're not going to be going overboard, but if you want to look at the last two videos we posted about Kevin's car, my car, you'll be able to track and follow kind of like what our build plan has been and what it is. There's a cop coming up behind me, but yeah, so I'm going to take you guys along for the journey, try to document as much of the process. Because of COVID, it's not going to be as easy as it normally would, but I'm going to give you guys some really good information and show you guys the results of the tune. Alright guys, so we are at the legendary BrenTuning and we are about to make some power. So pretty simple for COVID. All I have to do is just drop off the car, lock it, give them the keys. They have a little drop box, and then I'll come back at the end of the day. Simple as that. They got a nice enterprise car service set up and pretty simple. Car will be here for me to, you know, the rental will be from here, and then I just drop it off here at the end of the day. So super excited. These guys are absolutely amazing. Chris, if you ever see this video, thank you so much for answering all the questions I had and making this process super easy. So yeah, really excited. Can't wait for this to be done. And yeah, I'll check back in with you guys once I'm back here at the end of the day. And yeah. And here she is, everyone. I know it's dark, so I'm just waiting on them to bring the key out to me. But I am so excited for this. I know the numbers, and the numbers are absolutely amazing, guys. Oh man, I'm so excited for this. But I won't tell you guys the numbers. I'm gonna drive home. I've had a lot of driving today, so what I'm gonna do is drive home and then give you guys my first impressions of the car tomorrow or the day after that. And then I'll tell you guys the power numbers then. But oh man, guys, I'm so fucking excited. Let's go. Oh, it sounds so good. All right. So, I've gotten a decent amount of driving on this car under my belt, about 5 or 6 days now, and I am just absolutely in love with this car. Honestly, there are so many small things that could be improved on from the stock form of these cars. One, there's power, of course, but a really good dyno tune, a really good pro tune, a really good any kind of tune on your car is going to improve more than just power. And that's that's what I really have noticed the most on this since I've taken the car back from the dyno day. So first, the smoothness. We talked a lot about this when we did the Cobb Stage 1 tune, and then also a little bit when I did the Cobb Stage 2 before I got the E-tune done with this Jpipe, which is the GrimmSpeed catted Jpipe, by the way. The smoothness overall just has improved so much. It's kind of hard to explain, but overall, the delivery of power, that's the biggest one. Delivery of power, the power band is just so smooth. When you dump throttle, yeah, there's a lit when you really sit on it. Yeah, you can feel it pull it a little bit, right? There's a little bit of you know, you can really feel the torque, but the delivery of that to how you feel in your seat just is so smooth. And the power band is just so flat. You can feel that torque curve just flat all the way through the higher RPMs. I mean, it's not all the way to redline. You know, if there's a turbocharged car, it's a stock turbo, it's not going to be peak power, peak torque at redline. That's just how these cars work. But honestly, I can pull all the way through past 6,000 RPMs, where before I'd normally shift around 55, maybe even less. The other big thing about the smoothness that I want to talk about is the smoothness of the delivery, even when I'm not like getting on power, right? Even when I'm just driving normally. The other gears, first, second, and third, low RPM, they feel way better. BrenTuning worked his magic. He has so many hours of experience with these Subarus that he knows what feels good. And there's no more like jerkiness in first and second gear when you let off throttle. It just feels super smooth. The Cobb tune essentially fixed the linear pedal feel, right? You know, 0 to 100% throttle input. That was fixed a while back, but the translation of that into actual power and the way the car feels, it's absolutely immaculate now. The car overall just drives way better. First gear doesn't feel terrible anymore. On the stock tune, putting these Brembos to work here. On the stock or the previous tunes, first gear has always just felt absolutely terrible. It really has. I hate first gear so much. Like, it feels, once you get above 3,000 RPMs normally, it's just so jerky and so non-linear. But I can get up. I mean, I don't get very often, but I have no problem really getting on it in first gear if I have to after a light or after a dig or something like that. It feels great. Shifts are super crisp. I can dump the rev hang is gone completely. And overall, just cruising and throttle response has overall been increased. Now, let's talk a little bit about what I know all of you are going to be asking about, and that is, how does the power feel? To be honest, it's kind of tough. It's interesting because I've gotten so used to the way the car felt before that I'm still kind of not really able to give my full impression, but obviously, yeah, the car, this thing rips. Are there other cars that are out there that are probably faster? Yeah, but for me, I definitely personally feel that this car is just so much stronger, so much smoother, and the sounds it makes are just incredible. It really puts you back in the seat. You have to be a bit more patient and get up into the higher RPMs just because he smoothed that out, and that's a natural progression for the way you want a car to work, right? So I have no issue with that. Again, it's just kind of a feel thing where I need to relearn the car a little bit just because the way it provides power based on where you are in the RPM band and things like that. But generally, for this car, you can sit in the higher RPMs right around, you know, midway, you know, 4K to 45, right around there, 4,500. You can sit there and you know, cruising and it'll be smooth, whereas in the past it wouldn't be. And from there, you dump it, it just takes off. Unfortunately, I'm in traffic. I'm gonna get some more driving clips when I can actually nice little second into third gear there. minutes right now, but talking about gas mileage, I have not really seen that much of a change. Around town driving, on average, I think is slightly less, maybe 1 or 2 miles per gallon. Overall, talking about, I think highway, on the way, the last couple times I've been highway, I've actually seen a slight increase compared to my E-Tune. So the DYNOTUNED, I mean, even though it's in a much more aggressive and you have better throttle response, even in higher gears, so 5th and 6th, even then I have better throttle response just from cruising on the highway, but I'm still getting around 32 to 35 miles per gallon on normal highway driving, which is incredible. For you know, when you put in perspective how much power has been added over stock. Okay guys, drum roll please. Do you guys want to hear my numbers? I made a little more than this, but on the current tune that is on the car that they gave me for the final revision, 331 to the wheels, 320 torque, which is just absolutely amazing numbers. And I know this is going to be a point of contention because yes, and I talked about this a little bit last video, every dyno is different. Every tuner is different. Even if it's the same kind of dyno, if it's a Mustang dyno to a Mustang dyno, they're not going to read the same. The reason why I trust the numbers from BrenTuning is because I know that their dyno is calibrated to the stock numbers. It's simple math. It's going to be within, you know, a certain degree of error. I think it's safe to assume that they are accurate within 5 to 8 wheel horsepower to the actual amount on the car. So I'm immensely happy. There's actually a video they put on their Instagram. I wasn't able to grab it, but they were able to show 341 to the wheels and higher torque actually, and so for their final revision they turned it back down a little bit just to be super reliable, just to be super safe, and that's exactly what I want. I'm not chasing numbers. I wanted a tune on this car that feels good and it's going to be safe for me to drive and basically, you know, just kind of hoon around on and not have to worry about you know, braking. So I am so immensely happy. I have a bunch of driving clips to show you guys. I'm gonna switch over now to do those, and then I'll do a little bit of a an outro later on, but yeah. Ooh, baby. Let's see if I can get down to third, get a nice third gear pull here. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but right between those shifts, got a couple nice pops from third to fourth. Woo! Man, she feels good. All right, guys. I messed up a little bit. I completely forgot to film an outro, but as you guys can see here, this is my editing setup on my custom PC. But anyways, forgot to film it, so I guess I'll do it right now. Overall, I just wanted to give you guys my impressions on how the car feels. I'm just really so happy with it. Unfortunately, there were a couple issues with the way that my mic is set up in the car. It really just does not put in perspective how the car really sounds and how the car really feels. Just watching that footage myself, the car looked a little slow, just like watching the video, and I'm like, that's really not how it feels. I was just driving a couple friends around last night, and they really liked it. So overall, BrenTuning, they are the absolute legends. They're wizards over there, they really are. They know what they're doing. They have the years of experience, and they're gonna give you a tune that is reliable and just feels so good. So I really can't stress enough how awesome they were, especially during these crazy times. And also, I can't stress enough how amazing this car feels. We're gonna be doing some more videos in the future, maybe doing comparison of Kyle's, or maybe like a couple months follow-up on my DYNOTUNE, and just get some better perspective. Maybe we're gonna try some different microphone settings, and we'll do like a GoPro and stuff like that, so you guys can really get the full extent of how this car feels. Unfortunately, the chase for more power is kind of similar to a tattoo, right? You get your first one, and you're like, oh, this is gonna feel, yeah, this is it. This is the only one I want. And then six months later to a month or a year, and you're wanting another one. It's kind of the same thing with adding more power to your car. And I've talked about this before. Chasing numbers is such a dangerous game. Just be happy with what you have, and kind of have an understanding as to that there's always going to be a bigger fish. There's always going to be someone else faster on the road. At the end of the day, if you enjoy the way that your car feels and you're content, and when you drive that car you have a smile on your face and you're not really worrying about anything else, that's all you really need. Do I have more plans in the future? I have a couple ideas. I definitely need to do an intercooler, maybe an upgraded fuel pump, and ethanol would also be the dream. But I think for the next year or so, I just want to finish off the rest of the cosmetics. Might be doing a wide body kit, or maybe an over fender kit. I'm considering wrapping the car. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I got to go back and upload this, finish editing. So again, thank you all so much. We probably wouldn't be able to do these videos and be able to get dyno tuned without all of your support. So if you really enjoyed this, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow us. We post videos every single week about our cars and what we're doing with them. So yeah, thank you guys so much. We will see you next week.